this channel's first Monthiversary, let's revisit some of my favorite albums from this collection. Kau Kekasihku, the huge hit of this album, and one of my favorites from her, undeniably Malaysia's #1 singer with the release of these 4 albums. Hey guys, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ismail and welcome back to The Fan Mail. Today guys is exactly 1 month since I launched this YouTube channel, so I just want to express my huge thanks to all of you who have supported me in watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you have come across this video but you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and if you enjoy my content, do share my videos and chat with me in the comment section. Speaking of this channel's first Monthiversary, I thought I could do something different today. I thought I could, share with you more about myself. Basically, in particular, the Malay pop and Indo pop artists that I listen to that make up the soundtrack of my life. So guys, as you might know, I'm a huge music fan. In the past, I used to go out to stores to buy the CDs, the Blu-rays and DVDs and play them on my CD player at home, and right now most of the CDs are safe at home in my cupboard. As you can see, for today's vlog, I've taken out from my cupboard most of the CDs of Dato Sri Siti Nurhaliza that I have bought over the years. So let's revisit some of my favorite albums from this collection. Guys, as you know, Dato Siti debuted back in 1996 with her first album called Siti Nurhaliza, and she had huge success with the song Jerat Percintaan from that album. But honestly, I wasn't an instant fan back then because I was listening to other artists and other musicians. But her next album, also called Siti Nurhaliza, was the one that solidified my fandom of her, and as you can see, I love this album, and back then I went out to get this album, and it had so many hits from here. She really topped so many charts, sold so many copies of this album, and my favorite songs from this album Wajah Kekasih. Wow, that is huge, man. And I love Kesilapanku Keegoanmu also. Do you guys remember that? And she had other of course she won awards for Aku Cinta Padamu, and she also had songs like Usah Diragui. Oh my god, so beautiful, man. And Bisikan Asmara, Tirai Semalam, so many songs, so many great songs from this album. So guys, the next 2 albums of hers that I would like to revisit and highlight are these 2 albums. Adiwarna and Pancawarna. Oh, when I was listening to them back then, guys, such a great listening experience for both of them. Adiwarna, sorry guys, as you can see, I broke the CD case, and Adiwarna had so many hits as well. Purnama Merindu, Sendiri, I think it was released in Indonesia in another title, I can't remember. And she also had, Di Hari Hatimu, my god, Satu Cinta Dua Jiwa, and Gelora Asmara, and Tak Rela Berpisah Darimu. These, I felt I kept replaying these tracks from this CD, and at this point her voice is still is like still very raw but super beautiful. And as for Pancawarna, this album also had a lot of hits. Nian di Hati, Engkau Bagaikan Permata, Kau Kekasihku, the huge hit of this album, and one of my favorites from her, Kau Kekasihku. And she also had Seribu Kemanisan and her, Kunaan Dalam Samaran, her Japanese sounding song, and she had also, Langkah di Persada, and so many songs from here. So guys, as you know, during the early part of her career, Dato Siti also released quite a number of traditional music albums, yeah, and I would like to highlight these three CDs, three albums that were, I played to death, man, back then. Yeah. Especially she of course she released her first traditional music album uh, called Cindai. Yeah. Obviously Cindai was the big hit from this album. Yeah, and after that she also released Sahmura, which to me is actually my favorite music traditional album from her. And I have a lot of songs that I love from this album. Yeah, you guys can see, right? Balkis, Ya Maulai, my god, these are two of my favorite songs from her, man. Doesn't matter whether they are, Irama Malaysia, traditional music, but they, overall, these are two of my favorite songs from her. And then she also released another brilliant album called Sanggar Mustika. Yeah, and this album had Nirmala, Badarsila, Kurit Kundi, all these great songs from her. And as you know, most of these albums, not most, but most of the tracks from these albums have cover versions of classics also, and I thought she performed really well in all of those classics as well. She has such a great voice that can fit both pop as well as traditional music sensibilities. Yeah. So guys, the next set of albums that I want to revisit, yeah, are these four brilliant pop albums that she released, I think from 2003 onwards. I know that right after Adiwarna, right after Pancawarna, she released another pop album called Safa. But I feel like that seems like I don't know, in terms of her voice, the material that she released, that period seems like a different era, man. But the minute she released this album, yeah, E.M.A.S, her voice, I don't know, she sounded slightly different. There's a little bit more jazzy feel to her voice, I feel. And and she sounded even better by this point, yeah. And she had a lot of like huge hits from this album, man. Bukan Cinta Biasa, Untukmu Selamanya. Yeah, she started off, if I'm not wrong, with Untukmu Selamanya for this album. And then after that, she also had Ku Milikmu. Yeah, Air Mata Ibu. That's such a sad Mother's Day song, yeah. And of course, Oda Bumi Anbia is also from this album, yeah. And so many songs from Janji Kasih, yeah. I played this album to death, man, and I think she had her collaboration with Melly Goeslaw for Bukan Cinta Biasa. I can't remember whether that was her first collaboration with her, but yeah, she started branching out, if I'm not wrong, using composers from Indonesia, from this album. And this album, as you can see, I have used this album so much. I've played this album on my CD player so much back then, and this album we have Dialah di Hati, we have Cinta Tak Berganti. I love that song. Sakti, Lagu Rindu, Pejam Matamu. What else? Oh, my favorite one from here is Seindah Biasa. Every time I listen to this song, it makes me feel so joyful, so hopeful, yeah, this is a great album, you guys. Don't get me started on this, man. This is one of my favorite. I can't say one of my favorite. I can say, in fact, that this is my favorite pop album from Dato Siti, yeah, Transkripsi. So many songs from here that I love. Biarlah Rahsia, one of my favorites. Pastikan, she also had Destinasi Cinta, Siti Situ Sana Sini, so many brilliant songs from here. And a song that really grew on me, since this release. At that time when it was released, I felt I wasn't really, didn't really move me. But over the years, this song has become one of my ultimate favorites from her, that I will get emotional every time I listen to this song, yeah. And it is Bisaka, the last track from this album, yeah. And I love that song so much. From this album also, she collaborated with the late Glenn Fredly, yeah, for the song called, if I'm not wrong, it's which one is it? Bila Harus Memilih. Yes. So this I can't say enough great things about that album, yeah. And don't forget about this album, guys. Hadiah Daripada Hati. It has Kumahu, Melawan Kesepian. Oh my god, such a sad song. Every time I hear that song, I feel so emotional, And she had a lot of other songs also, like Sekian Lama, Mulanya Cinta, and Hati, the theme song from Hati Melaya 1957, yeah. So to me, this is it's not trifecta, but this is like the quadruple, the 4 albums that really solidified her superstar status, man. That she is undeniably Malaysia's #1 singer with the release of these 4 albums, yeah. So guys, the last set of albums from Dato Siti that I want to revisit today are these 3 albums, yeah. The first is this Hari Raya compilation called Anugerah Aidilfitri, yeah. And she first released her first Hari Raya single during the early part of her career, called Sesuci Lebaran. It's one of the biggest Hari Raya songs ever, yeah, of all time. And then after that, the following years, she released Bila Raya Menjelma. She also released Nazam Lebaran and Air Mata Syawal. One of my favorites. Air Mata Syawal is so sad, man. So in the past, I would just play this CD in my CD player, and just during Hari Raya especially, or during Ramadan, yeah. I would just play the whole album. So it was great that she released this compilation for her fans, yeah, back then. And then the next 2 albums, just want to highlight something that I noticed, yeah. Especially this one, The Best of Siti Nurhaliza, yeah. This was a great album that I bought back in the day, and this album had 2 new songs in it, Dalam Taman Syahdu and Gelora Kasih. I love these 2 new songs, but can somebody please tell Dato Siti to release it on Apple Music? I do have Spotify, although I don't subscribe to Spotify, but I have Apple Music. I subscribe to Apple Music, yeah, and I don't have these 2 tracks on Apple Music. So somebody please tell her to, release it on Apple Music so I can just stream it digitally, Yeah, those 2 songs are, and I noticed from Gelora Kasih, from that song onwards, she started singing differently. She started, which is a good thing. She started like putting in a bit of like jazz influence, her inflections are a bit different as compared to previous albums, like Pancawarna, Adiwarna, where her inflections are a bit more raw, and you know what I mean, right? Yeah. So from this song onwards, you can see those influences seeping in from this song, and then you can hear it in Bukan Cinta Biasa, especially from that, and even from Percayalah, she started singing differently, which is a good thing, yeah. And this last album that I'm revisiting today is her wedding album, yeah, Cerita, Cinta, yeah. And this has all her favorite love songs, I assume, and it also has Cahaya Cinta, which she she wrote. If I'm not wrong, she wrote it and she dedicated it for Dato K, her husband. And please, someone tell Dato Siti to please release this song on Apple Music also. This is not on Spotify, neither is it on Apple Music. So please, I want to hear this song. I want to stream this song on Apple Music. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, yeah. Sempena, the first Monthiversary of this YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed what I shared with you regarding my journey in being Dato Sri Siti Nurhaliza's fan over the years. I hope you also enjoyed what I shared with you, the albums and the songs that I revisited just now, yeah. And if you are a fellow Dato Siti fan, I would love to read your comments. I would love to hear from you guys, yeah. Hope to see you guys in my next YouTube video. And if you have any suggestions, or if you enjoy such content from me, please let me know in the comments, yeah. As always, be sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and if you enjoy my content, please share my videos, yeah. Once again, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching the Fair Mail. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.